Hello everybody, the name's Dave. Today we are going to be doing a room tour. This has been requested by lots of people many times. I finally had the time to clean my room and have it presentable enough to do one, so here we are. But of course I couldn't stand to do just a boring room tour. We gotta do this in the most dramatic, showmanly way possible. For my sake. First and foremost, we're gonna start with a dramatic entry. Boom! Employees only sign on the outside of my door. Now let's take a peek inside. There's my bed. I have FNAF sheets, a FNAF blanket. Spring!
Bonnie!
Of course. And an exotic butters pillow. The entire bed is surrounded with these, like, Foxy's Cove curtains that I got from Amazon, and they're hanging up there. If I so please, I can cover this entire thing. Now, I just have a wall of curtains in the middle of my room. When you walk in here, you gotta be pretty wary, because I have a whole bunch of wires across the ground for my lighting. Oh! Did I scare you? I know I did. If you look off to the side from there, you can see there's more curtains, and that's because this is my cosplay corner. This is where I film my Five Nights at Freddy's cosplay videos most of the time. We have the Celebrate poster, some kids' drawings, these shiny stars. It's pretty good. And here under my window, I have the miscellaneous dresser. As the name suggests, I use this dresser to store miscellaneous items. I have my drawing iPad and Apple Pencil that I use to make digital art. I've got my headphones, the Book of Bill, my wallet, the water bottle I use most often, and this mini projector I use sometimes for cosplay. Down in the bottom of this dresser, I keep my sketchbooks and stuff. If we take a look at the other side of my bed, I have another dresser, but this one is used to store some of my FNAF merch. Here on the bottom, we have my board games and puzzles. Right above that, we've got all my books, including the trilogy, which is my favorite piece of media in the FNAF franchise. Here on the top, I store some of the stuff I couldn't fit in the lower shelves. I also have this fake knife that I use for my cosplay videos. Of course, above it, I have a whole bunch of posters, including these two from the graphic novels. Next to all that, I have my closet, which has an arcade sign above it, which I currently don't have the extension cord for, so I can't turn it on. The top of my closet is honestly just a bunch of storage bins. I have this pull-up bar to get beefy. Down here at the bottom, I store my FNAF blankets, which I have quite a few of, and then next to that, I have my cosplay bin. This thing is overflowing, totally stuffed with a bunch of cosplay stuff. That's why I use this bottom shelf here to store some of the cosplay stuff that I use more often, because it is just impossible to dig through this thing every time. I also have this plush knife for some reason, and this goofy Rainbow Friends, I think, plush that I got from my sister because he looks like Purple Guy. Look at what he can do. Here you can see where I have my FNAF coats, jackets, and hoodies hanging up. I have such an insane amount that it literally broke my coat hanger. I'm not sure if this should make me proud or concerned. Now next to my closet is the part of my room that you're probably all the most familiar with. It's the prize corner, aka where I display my Five Nights at Freddy's merch. I have 4 generic shelves attached to the wall here. I also have this independent, skinny shelf here on the right. Here next to it, I have this piece of fabric where I display all the pins that I could fit on it. Here to this side, I have all my keychains, I have a bunch of posters lining the wall back to the door, a bunch more mini posters down here, and some extra stuff up top. Below the shelving, I have some extra merch there and a bunch of the boxes I wanted to keep. The other boxes I wanted to keep are here in my desk. This desk is where I sit to film my YouTube videos. I have my laptop, an obscene amount of cups. We have double Spring Bonnie action. Here we have the full graphic novel trilogy. The controls for my lights, and of course this that I use to hold my phone when I record, and a couple of extra lights that I usually use for cosplay. My drawer has a couple fun little surprises in there, including some rather odd glasses. Up here on my roof is my light. It used to have a fan on it, but we took off the blades because they were getting in the way of the curtains. I've decided to give you a single peek into my junk drawer. Boom! There it is. Ugh, I honestly have some pretty weird stuff in there. Alright, last but not least, I'm going to give you a 360 of the room. We got my cosplay corner, my miscellaneous dresser, my bed, of course, and then my other dresser, my closet, my merch corner, and my desk. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked this video, then please leave a like, comment, and subscribe so that I can continue to make content like this. Seriously, by liking and subscribing, you could potentially make my FNAF obsession into a job. Anyways, I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.